When we think of World War II, images of Normandy, Stalingrad, and Pearl Harbor instantly come to mind. These were colossal battles that shaped the course of history. But what about the conflicts that raged in the shadows, the secret wars and forgotten fronts that were just as brutal and pivotal? Today, we're uncovering 3 hidden wars of World War II that you probably never learned about in school. First, let's journey to the frigid, unforgiving landscapes of the far north for the continuation war fought between Finland and the Soviet Union from 1941 to 1944. This conflict was a direct sequel to the Winter War. Seeking to reclaim territory lost previously, Finland allied itself with Nazi Germany. Imagine Finnish soldiers, masters of forest warfare, fighting a brutal attritional war in dense woods and frozen lakes. They were caught in a terrible dilemma, fighting alongside a monstrous regime to defend their own homeland from another. This war highlights the complex and often desperate choices smaller nations faced when squeezed between giants. The Finns displayed incredible resilience, but the cost was immense, and the war's end saw them having to turn on their German allies, adding another layer of tragedy to their story. Next, we travel to the Horn of Africa for the East African Campaign. This wasn't just a sideshow, it was one of the first major Allied victories of the war. From 1940 to 1941, a diverse coalition of British Commonwealth and Ethiopian forces fought to liberate Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Somaliland from Italian control. Picture this. British troops from across the empire, South African soldiers, Indian divisions, and Ethiopian patriots all fighting together across mountains and deserts. This campaign was crucial. It secured the Red Sea, a vital supply line for the Allies, and it restored Emperor Haile Selassie to his throne, a powerful symbol of resistance against fascist aggression. Yet, despite its strategic importance and the incredible stories of courage, it's often just a footnote in history books. Finally, let's explore a war within a war, the secret conflict in Yugoslavia. While the world watched major powers clash, a brutal, multi-sided civil war was tearing Yugoslavia apart. It wasn't just a simple resistance against German and Italian occupiers. It was a complex and savage struggle between several factions. You had the communist partisans led by Josip Broz Tito, the royalist Chetniks, and various nationalist groups, all fighting the Axis occupiers while also fighting each other. This was a war of ambushes, reprisals, and shifting allegiances fought in rugged mountains and remote villages. Tito's partisans, through incredible determination and tactical skill, managed to not only survive but eventually liberate much of their country with minimal Allied ground support. A feat unmatched by any other resistance movement in Europe. Their success laid the groundwork for the socialist Yugoslavia that would emerge after the war. The Continuation War, the East African Campaign, and the Yugoslav conflict are just a few examples of the hidden battles that defined the true global nature of World War II. They remind us that history is far more complex and multifaceted than the mainstream narrative often suggests. Each of these forgotten fronts holds incredible stories of sacrifice, strategy, and human endurance that deserve to be remembered. What other forgotten parts of history would you like to explore? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the hidden corners of the past, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you next time.